Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahawashah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahawashah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, the elders. Salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and in sincerity. This lesson will be entitled YAHAWASHI The Unleavened. Lord, will you are edified. Exodus 12:8. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Let's focus on unleavened bread according to the Hebrew, Strong's H 4682, mataza, which means what? Unleavened, without leaven. Now, leaven is nothing but an agent that promotes bread to rise. All right. The Passover was a representation for YAHAWASHI. YAHAWASHI was their lamb. Okay. The unleavened bread was a representation for YAHAWASHI. The blood of the lamb was a representation for YAHAWASHI. Remember, YAHAWASHI was their lamb. Okay? Let's get Psalm 40 and 7. Then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me. The volume means what? The Old Testament, the Apocrypha, and the New Testament, okay? Exodus 12:8. And they shall eat the flesh in their night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it, okay? The focal point for this lesson is YAHAWASHI the Unleavened. All right. Let's prove furthermore that this unleavened bread was a representation for YAHAWASHI. Matthew 26 and 26. And as they were eating, YAHAWASHI took bread and blessed it and brake it and gave it to the disciples and said, take, eat, this is my body. Verse 27, and he took the cup and gave thanks and gave it to them, saying, drink ye all of it. Verse 28, for this is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for many for the remission of sins. Okay. Now, YAHAWASHI died for the entire nation of Israel, beginning with the remnant, okay, which is the elect. Now, remember, the focal point is YAHAWASHI is the bread, which is unleavened. Now, according to the Greek for bread,
Strong's G 740, artos. Artos.
okay, artos. Now let's get to the point. As the divine come from heaven, another term for divine is what? Shining. Come from heaven, who containing in himself the source of heavenly life supplies, celestial nutriment to souls that they may attain to life eternal. Let's read that again. As the divine come from heaven, who containing in himself the source of heavenly life supplies, celestial nutriment to souls that they may attain to life eternal. All right? In order to increase in the spirit and stay energized, we must eat Yahawashai. Okay? Which is that unleavened bread. All right? Further proof to back up what I said, let's get John 6:48. I am that bread of life. Your fathers did eat manna in the wilderness and are dead. This is the bread which come down from heaven, that a man may eat thereof and not die. Verse 51, I am the living bread which came down from heaven. If any man eats of this bread, he shall live forever. All right? Yahawashai is the only way to get back to Yahweh. Yahawashai is the only way to attain salvation. And it starts with our belief system, which is a gift given to us from Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua. And therefore, due to this belief system, we will eat Yahawashai, which is symbolic for what? Believing in Yahawashai. I am the living bread which came down from heaven. If any man eats of this bread, he shall live forever. And the bread that I will give is my flesh, which I will give for the life of the world. And again, for bread is what? Artos, which means what? As the divine come from heaven, who containing in himself, the divine is who? Yahawashai. Who containing in himself the source of heavenly life, supplies celestial nutriment to souls that they may attain to life eternal. Okay, now let's get back to the point. Matthew 26:26. And as they were eating, Yahushua took bread and blessed it and brake it and gave it to the disciples and said, take, eat, this is my body. Okay. Unleavened, all right, is symbolic for Yahushua. Now remember, Yahushua did not sin, and therefore he did not have leaven. Okay, let's prove that. Let's get 1 Corinthians 5:7. Purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, also a new creature within Yahushua. Why? Because you have been born again. All right. The word has made you clean. As ye are unleavened. All right. As ye are unleavened. And it started with Yahushua. For even Mashiach, our Passover, is sacrificed for us. Okay. So the Passover is nothing but a representation for Yahushua. All right. And that unleavened bread is symbolic to say that Yahushua did not sin, and therefore he was that perfect sacrifice. Let's get unleavened according to the Greek.
Strong's G 106, Adjamas. Adjamas.
Metaphor, free from faults or the leaven of iniquity. In a nutshell, Yahushua did not sin. And that's why he was that perfect sacrifice. Also, 1 Peter 1:19. But with the precious blood of Mashiach as of a lamb without blemish, meaning what? He did not sin, and without spot, he did not sin. And also, you can factor in that he's that unleavened bread, going back to 1 Corinthians 5:7. Purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened. For even Mashiach, our Passover, is sacrificed for us. Lord, will you edify? Shalom.